I'm Tony Meredith, and ordinarily I'm a business coach, but today I'm your host and fellow BNI member, bringing you yet another amazing interview with an outstanding BNI member. This is episode number 37, and today's guest is Paul Harnett. Paul, hello, mate. How are you?
Oh, very well. Thanks, Tony. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here, mate. Let's kick it off by you giving us a brief overview of who you are and a little bit about your business.
I am a uh, credit representative and contracted through Mortar Finance. And Mortar is a specialist lender that focuses on small business lending across property, plant and equipment, and working capital. We believe that every business owner should have a banker or someone in their pocket to be able to turn to when they need support to help them grow their business. And that's how the business was established through a colleague of mine, and it's grown to be quite a successfully well recognised brokerage in southeast Queensland and beyond.
Excellent. And so, how long's Mortar Finance been in business for, Paul?
The business itself, I think, was established in about 2019 from memory as well. As I said, it was founded by a gentleman by the name of Zach Goodman. I met Zach actually in around that sort of time as well, but I was operating out on my own. But it's sort of gone from strength to strength. It's really thrived during COVID,
COVID, yep.
and it's continued to sort of do much the same in terms of growth as well. I've been a broker myself for just on 10 years as well. We've been with Mortar since about January 2023, so just under 2 years.
Good
Yeah.
on you. Fantastic. And who are the other types of clients that you're servicing, mate?
Yeah, well, anyone like it basically like, a small business that's sort of 0 to sort of 50 mil in revenue turnover as well. Quite diverse as well across, commercial. We've just recently one of our recent pieces that's joining in the new year, I believe, is will go across agri as well. But professional services, medical, property development, you name it. If something which can be funded, we'll find a way.
Good on you. How and when were you introduced to BNI?
I was introduced to BNI. I think probably was at the end of 2022. I think about October, November. I was actually through my rugby club that my sons were a part of as well, which is down the East Tigers down there in Coorparoo. And something came out on one of the broadcasts there to sort of say that a number of the parents or players or ex-players were looking to sort of, rather than just have informal referral conversations on the sidelines, was to do something a little bit more formal through BNI. And so the chapter was established about 4 or 5 months after that as well. We started in I think it was about October 2022 from memory as well. It was a bit of a journey.
And so you're one of the founding members.
Yeah, I think I was. I think I was about, the seventh or the eighth person that joined. It was established by, as I said, three stalwarts from East as well. But I was very early in the piece as well, which I was quite fortunate to sort of be part of a chapter which sort of started from basically from scratch, from different sites and a number of different visitors days, a number of very similar sort of introductions to BNI from the great John Lake. And as we reached the golden number of 25, we were set free as our own chapter in April 2023.
And how did you find that experience being part of sort of a newly established chapter?
Oh, it was great. Yeah. I mean, like it was on reflection, yeah, it was wonderful because it was really about basically, like let's working together as a team to form something which we all would hope and have benefited from as well. So it was wonderful to be able to do that. And certainly some hard work was required as well. But I think that is something that I think really does sort of underpin who Raw is all about. That's the chapter that we are a part of as well. So.
And how has being a part of a BNI chapter influenced your approach to networking?
Oh, look, I think it's just reinforced it. I mean, I'd actually been part of it, I guess, a BNI spin-off for about 3 or 4 years beforehand. However, I had a break as well, and I'd realised that, having a break and obviously not following a process or like a proper structured meeting format really means that you can lose your way in your networking world, I suppose. So BNI has provided a really strong foundation of what it means to give and receive referrals as well. So yeah, it's been a really important part of both my professional and personal development for sure.
And so just talk about the structure. Like, what are you referring to, mate, when you say structure?
We look. There's a set format as well. Obviously, each week there is a set format in terms of how the meetings run, the order of what gets covered off as well. I'm very familiar with that as I was the president for just recently the last sort of 12 months as well. So, in terms of, I think the main thing which I found was really important was really setting the tone in terms of the meeting, but also just reinforcing both members and visitors as to what BNI is about. And obviously you can talk to the numbers, you can talk to the referrals, you can talk to the amount of chapters and the reach that it has as well. But it really comes back down to the values of what BNI is all about as well. That's certainly something in which I think has been really important to sort of live and sort of, I guess, work within the frameworks of BNI. Yeah, keeps you on the rails.
Very good. You just mentioned that BNI has helped you personally as well. So, how does BNI help from a personal growth point of view?
Oh, massively as well. Like I probably had sort of lost a little bit of confidence to sort of stand up in front of a group of peers as well. It can be quite intimidating. I think when people first start out doing that as well. I mean, that was something which I was quite comfortable in doing, but I hadn't done it for a number of years. And you kind of forgot your way as well. But having to stand up and run a meeting and I guess and hold a room was really good for me just to sort of gain some development from as well. It was fun.
How do you measure your success being part of BNI?
Well, that's simple, I guess. Obviously, there's a number of measurements which can be made. I guess in terms of the statistics of the chapter and personally as well in terms of your own personal success through the traffic light system. It's very simple to be able to know how you're going in terms of referrals given. Thank you for closed business. Are you doing your CEU? And obviously, are you able to bring people along to spread the message of BNI as well? I think beyond that as well as if you can able to sort of see that in terms of get yourself into the green or the chapter in the green, well then there's probably a good chance that you'll have the revenue to support that as well.
And just for those who aren't familiar, so from a traffic light point of view, so green is good, amber is okay, and red is not good. So just like the traffic lights, we want people to, get up in the green.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. How has your business evolved since joining BNI, and what role has networking played in that growth, Paul?
Oh, look, it's definitely evolved. It's helped me obviously because I probably kicking off BNI was also at the same time that I sort of re-established myself through Mortar as well. So it's been a really important part of actually being able to sort of help me promote my personal brand, but also the brand of Mortar out into the marketplace as well. So yeah, BNI's done that really well. And for me as well, yeah, certainly it is you can sort of see once you start to sort of embed the messages of I guess your value proposition or as well, how you can support um, members or their referrals that sort of sit within your seat, then I've actually seen that's been a massive influence as well.
And what advice would you give to new BNI members to maximize their membership, Paul?
I just say I think you can't be half in and half out as well. You've got to really commit to the to what it is as well. I think there's a real I guess it's very obvious to sort of see what you get is what you get out of BNI really reflects in terms of what you put into it. You know, turning up to meetings is the easiest thing you can do to start with. Turning up to other meetings to see how they run as well, which is probably something which I could definitely be better at as well. But being consistent and being committed to it as well, I think is really important. Yeah.
And I think that's the thing for me. It's about there's people who are interested and there's people who are committed. And what you're saying
Yeah.
is it's about commitment. It's about not being interested. It's about going in boots and all.
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
What's next for your business, Paul? Have you got any exciting projects on the horizon?
Uh, that's one thing about being Mortar. It's continuously evolving in terms of the structure as well. So, I mean, for me, really, it's about sort of trying to build out the team of associates that can help me sort of process the work that we receive through our referrals, through my BNI colleagues and the people that refer the work through to me as well. So certainly, there's a 2025. I can't believe I'm saying that is a year of focus for growth, but that's building on the foundations which are already there as well, for sure.
And how do you see your relationship with BNI evolving as your business grows?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it took a fairly steep, trajectory when I was asked to take out to become the president
President.
of Raw as well, and I'm since sort of now just enjoying a bit of a backseat at the moment as well. So I feel like now there's a different role. It's not ambassadorial or anything like that. I think it's more about just being, I guess, excited for the new leadership team. It's about being able to contribute to the group in different ways in terms of how can we maintain the culture that we have built. And I think also beyond that, it would be about, all right, well, look, where are the other opportunities where I can start to sort of spread my sort of, I guess, my presence and connections throughout BNI, realizing that when you get up there and you talk about the amount of chapters there are in Australia and internationally as well, there's a huge opportunity there as well.
Well, even in Brisbane, there's about 40 odd chapters in Brisbane, so let alone
Yeah,
the nation or the world. So there's certainly plenty of opportunity. If you
correct.
could share one piece of wisdom with our listeners or viewers, whether they be in BNI or not, what would that be, Paul?
For me, I think it's I know it sounds a bit weird, but it's like I guess it's about being in business as well, or in BNIs as well as like there's the idea of failing fast but failing forward as well. Like have a go as well. You might get up from a BNI perspective, you might get up and do a terrible 1 minute presentation, but guess what? You've got another chance next week to make that better as well. So don't be afraid to sort of really sort of commit to trying to sort of trying every week as well. But I think you need to take that into your business as well. And there's certainly opportunities and times where I've failed and I've certainly tried to fail forward as well.
And that's how you grow, right? So
Yeah,
by
correct.
making mistakes, you've just figured out one less way that will work. So it's about constantly moving forward. So great advice, Paul. How can listeners learn more about you and your business?
Yeah, look, certainly. I mean, I don't know if I can share my contact details afterwards or in the notes, whatever as well. Certainly, we'll do that as well. I have a small social media presence, which is a focus, and probably for more so for 25 as well, to be able to sort of expand on the brand and certainly my personal brand as well through LinkedIn. And yeah, certainly the website will have my details as well on it.
And so the website address is what, mate?
It's www.mortarfinance.com.au.
Excellent. Very good. Hey, thanks, Paul. Really appreciate it. Well, look, that wraps up another episode of the BNI Effect. I hope that you enjoyed today's discussion, and I want to extend a massive thank you to our guest, Paul Harnett, for sharing his insights and a little bit about his BNI journey as well. If you found value in today's episode, then please remember to subscribe wherever you find your podcasts, and please leave us a review. Thanks for listening.